I think I'm live now. I might be live now. Okay, so I was here at 4:32, but it seems that I wasn't live until just now. Okay, starting over. This is Gabriel Serra, and today is the 7th of December at 4:36 a.m. Supposed to start at 4:32 a.m., which I was here for, but it wasn't recording. So we're gonna make sure we are recording. So we're gonna document this. Okay. Today, I am working on releasing an identity, part of me, an echo. It's about being shy. I'm going to open up my free EFT GPT, which you can always download, which is down in the description. The link you can access in the description. And let's pull up what's happening for us here. I want to release being shy. So remember, all you have to do with your EFT GPT is just tell it, and then it'll get all this stuff going for you. Okay. Yep. So you're gonna have a little disclaimer at the beginning. Okay. Settings look all right. Let's get it. Okay, so the EFT GPT is going to take you through some prompts, some questions, a little mini assessment every single time, and it's basically your way of doing a belief audit, a feeling audit, and releasing whatever is trapped inside of you. So the next step is, what is your earliest memory or a very strong recent memory where you felt the same shyness really strongly? So what I remember is being a kid and being told I was so quiet. And I think that's really more it. Being told I was so quiet. And I think in my head at that time, I knew that being quiet in school and with my biological mother meant I was rewarded for being quiet. I'm not sure how quiet correlates to being shy, but I also think there were times where I was shy and didn't want to ask for things, probably also because I felt guilt, tripped, or shamed by relatives and called spoiled if I asked for things, which was really bizarre. So why are you asking me for things? Why are you asking me if I want anything? I'm telling you what I want. I want this video game. I want this thing. And this was a situation with relatives growing up. And I know that they grew up with a poverty scarcity mindset, and they had their own issues and financial traumas when they were growing up, and they projected that onto me and called me spoiled as a result. That makes a lot of sense. Like, you basically learn being quiet, I am good, I am safe. Asking for things, I'm bad, I'm spoiled. We can totally work with this. Next up, on a scale 1 to 10, how intense does this feel right now? Okay, so we're going to do a little muscle test. Going to get ourselves centered. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Show me yes. Show me no. Show me true. Show me false. My name is Gabriel. My name is Hama. My name is Mama. My name is Soraya. My name is Gabriel. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. On a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the highest, the energy and trapped emotion of feeling shy and being shy within my subconscious mind or nervous system has an emotional charge of 5 or higher. Okay, it has an emotional charge of 5 or lower. It has an emotional charge of 5. It has an emotional charge of 4. Okay, so we're at a 4 for this, which is pretty low, and that's very close to being relieved and released. So I can work with that very easily. And yesterday's live stream, I already forgot what it was. I had gone from, I just know that I was at a 6 in terms of intensity. So if you think about the intensity of any emotion, I went from a 10, like if it's a 10 is the highest, I was at a 6 for whatever yesterday's live stream was. And then I took it down to a 0. So today is going to be a walk in the park. Perfect. Thank you for the 4. That tells us this is present, but not overwhelming, a nice level to work with. We'll tap on this core theme. Being quiet means I'm good, I'm safe. Asking for things means I'm bad, spoiled. You don't have to type anything right now. You can just follow along and tap. Okay? So now it's going to give us instructions. The GPT is going to give us instructions on what to do. And it's also going to give us setup statements and everything. So this is very easy to work with. It says, bring the memory into focus. Gently think of little you being told you're so quiet, the feeling of being rewarded for being quiet, the shame, guilt you felt when you wanted something and were called spoiled or made to feel bad for asking. Let that be the movie in your mind. Notice where you felt it in your body or feel it in your body. No need to say it out loud. Keep your 0 to 10 number in your mind. 4. Okay, and then this is the whole script right here. So we have the whole script. So we're gonna be adding on to this because we're also gonna do a clearing round. So we're gonna make sure we add to that as well. Okay. So let's bring that memory into focus. So if you have ever been shy and you have ever been told you're so quiet like I was, and that shyness affected you from doing something that required you to be seen, then this is for you. And if your dharma or your purpose has anything to do with being seen, being heard, being visible, and yet you're shy and you're quiet, then that's going to create inner conflict for you, because you know that this is the thing that you want to do, whatever it is, being a YouTuber, being on stage, speaking in front of people, holding workshops, whatever. if you have that inner conflict of being shy and you shrink whenever you're in front of people, you want to clear that trapped emotion. You want to clear and regulate your nervous system so that you feel completely neutral towards those feelings. And for some people, whenever they're on stages or whenever they're about to talk to people, they start to have their heart race, heart beat fast. That happened to me. You start to feel some anxiety. That happened to me as well. And for me, I start to get this throat block where it's like, I want to speak, but I feel like this, like I just can't let out the words. And that was the theme of my life, especially when there was confrontation. When there was confrontation, I'd always have this thing where I would start to raise my voice to defend myself because otherwise people are going to try to bully me and pick on me. And I would raise my voice and then I'd start just speaking and raising my voice and screaming, getting loud without having that groundedness in my energy. And so that being ungrounded, I noticed that my throat would be blocked from truly expressing how I felt, from truly expressing my anger, from truly expressing my intensity. And I don't think that's going to work moving forward. I think it is going to be very important to be super grounded, to let go of being shy, to stop being small, and to embrace who you are. I don't think there's any other way, especially if you want to fulfill your purpose and your dharma. So let's bring that memory into focus. Let's think about those times when we were small, and let's think about those times where we were told, hey, you're so shy, you're so quiet, etc. Okay, we're going to do a very simple round here, and then we're going to go into the next thing. So I usually put on headphones and I put on background music for my headphones. You can not listen to music. You can listen to music, whatever you choose to. Just make sure the Bluetooth is on. Okay. And I use this app called Brain FM. Okay, maybe you can see that. And when you click on it, it'll take you to these different options. I use meditate and unguided for 40 minutes, 40 minutes. Let's set this timer. Let's get to it. I just had an idea. Create a reminder.
What do you want to be reminded?
Find a online timer to set a timer for 40 minutes so that it's on screen.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, of course. Of course. It's going to be, hello. Come on now. It's going to be the clock. It's going to be the clock. Where is this clock? Where is this clock? Clock app. Clock app. Hello. Where is the clock app? Hello. Yes. Okay. Ah, okay, that's what I have to do. I understand. I have to duplicate it. Duplication. Let's duplicate it. Yes. Okay. And now we shrink this. Yes. Yes. Boom. And then we share from where? Application? No. Or do we want clock app, clock app, clock, clock? Yes. Bingo. Yes, sir. Okay. Oh, okay. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Okay. Oh, I have to do a different one. Mm, okay. Let's do a different one. Let's just start a brand new one all over again. Hello. Back with screen capture. We're going to call this timer. Timer screen. Yes, call that timer screen. Yes. And application and clock and let's shrink that down. Whoa, what just happened here? Yay, there we go. Okay, we're gonna go 40 minutes. Okay. And we're gonna figure out the rest later. I think so. Huh. Okay. Okay. Good enough is good enough. Now, let us ask ourselves here what we're trying to do. There you go. That's what we wanted. Aha. Okay, good enough is good enough, baby daddy, baby daddy, baby daddy. Let's set that timer for 40 minutes. Hello. Can I get these 40 minutes? Yes. All right. Gotta put that in the corner so it doesn't distract what we're trying to do here. Good enough is good enough. Okay. No need to be perfect. No need to try to be a perfectionist here. Just let it be. And I'm just letting it be. Keeping it so simple. Yes. Yes. Okay. All right, we get that timer going. Let's get to work now. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. Brilliantly done. Ah, got to figure that one out. Okay, whatever. Let's go. Let's get to work. 40 minutes. We know it already. Let's do this. Even though I learned that being quiet made me good and asking made me spoiled, I accept how I feel and I'm open to understanding this. Even though I was rewarded for being quiet and shamed for asking, I was just a kid trying to be safe, and I accept this part of me. Even though I still carry this quiet equals good and asking equals bad feeling, I'm open to the possibility that I don't have to live by this rule anymore. Feeling shy. I'm such a shy person. It's not okay to ask for what I want. It's not okay. It's not okay to have nice things. I cannot ask for things. I have to be quiet. I have to be very quiet. I have to keep my mouth shut. I can't say what I want. I can't say what I'm feeling. I have to be quiet. I have to be quiet. I have to be so quiet. And that stifles me. When I was a kid, I was told I was so quiet. And that being quiet made me good. Adults in the outer world seemed to like me better when I was quiet. Asking for things felt dangerous. I was called spoiled if I asked. So I learned not to ask. Being quiet meant I was safe. Asking meant I would be shamed and guilt tripped. It's no wonder I became shy. And I remember those times where I was quiet. I remember those times where I was very quiet and it was stifling. It was incredibly stifling to be around people and they always made those comments. You're so quiet. You're so quiet. Why are you so quiet? Because I don't want to talk to you. It's that simple. I don't want to talk to you. I don't like you. I just don't want to talk to you. I have nothing of interest to talk to you about. And I was always told, you're so quiet. You are so quiet. You are so quiet. And all I was doing was just observing people. I was just observing my environment. I was observing the craziness around me. I was observing everything. And I was in a hyper vigilant state. I felt very unsafe in the world. I felt very unsafe in the world. I didn't know what people would do. I didn't know how I would be treated. I did not know the mentality of people, and I was shy. I was scared. I was quiet. I was intimidated by the outer world. Growing up in Brooklyn was not easy. Not easy for me at that time. I went to school with kids that were in gangs, either Bloods or Crips or Latin Kings. And that was very scary for me. I'll be honest, it was very scary for me because I was told, hey, don't fight, tell the teacher, and all this bullshit. And I get where my biological mother was coming from. She didn't want any harm, physical harm, to come to me if I defended myself. But still, at the same time, it made me very quiet and almost like a pushover, very passive. And that doesn't help. That doesn't help in this world. In this world that we live in, from what I've observed, it is incredibly important to be grounded and to assert yourself. Up until a certain stage, I am aware, up until a certain stage of consciousness, because a majority of people will try to test you. Majority of people will try to bully you and assert their will onto you if you don't assert your will, if you don't assert yourself. And I wasn't going to be anyone's punk. I'm not going to be anyone's punk. So I was quiet a lot. And I remember there was this time where I liked the Power Rangers. And I would be very aggressive as a kid where I didn't mind fighting other kids. But then there was this situation where one of the kids on the block, he kneed me in my chest. And I still feel it to this day. I still feel it like energetically. I still feel it in here. He kneed me right here. And I felt the bone. I think it's called the xiphoid process. I felt that bone going in. And it's this little tiny diamond shaped bone. And I felt it go into my body. And I felt it. And every time I think about that, I feel that sensation. I feel that. And it feels so uncomfortable every single time. I don't feel any pain today, but when I think about it, I think about. And that feels very intense. That feels very intense on my body. And so here I am. Here I am as this little kid, shy, afraid of the world, afraid of mainly my biological mother because she would constantly scream. She'd constantly scream at me. She would constantly scream. She had a whole bunch of anger issues. She was very angry. And that anger and her being loud made me quiet. And I just did everything I could to be quiet. I did everything I could to be quiet. because it was scary and it was intimidating. And I felt that fear. I felt that fear that if I did not be quiet, I was being problematic. And when you're problematic and you give problems, then you would get screamed at. And that was my reality. So I learned from a very early age not to use my voice. I learned from a very early age not to stand out. I learned from my environment not to wear certain colors. I learned from my environment to do your best to fit in and to not stand out so much. And that stifled me. That stifled who I wanted to be. That made me a copycat. That made me unoriginal. That made me fake. That made me a phony. And for a majority of my life, I have been this person. I have been this fake, shy person who tries to people please, tries to be nice. I really, I remember that time. I tried to people please. I tried to be a nice guy. And that stifled me. Because the truth is, underneath that fake nice guy persona, there was a lot of darkness. There was a lot of inner rage. There was a lot of raw, primal aggression that had to be tamed somehow. And that's exactly what I did. There was that part of me that tried to tame this fire that if you don't contain it, it's gonna blaze. And that's very dangerous because that's what a lot of people go through. And I think a lot of people keep their shit in, and that fucks them up. And I think that really fucked me up because I became this person that pretended to be something I wasn't. I became this person that became very quiet. But meanwhile, in here, it was always very loud. In my head, I constantly heard those voices, and they were getting loud, and they were getting so incredibly loud. All those voices in my head getting so incredibly loud. Those voices in my head getting so incredibly loud. Was not able to be at peace because there was so much that had to be expressed. There was so much anger that had to be transmuted. There was so much I was feeling. And this shyness was just a mask that I had learned to put on. The shyness was just my way of creating fake peace. Because at what cost did I pay to wear this mask that I did not want to wear, but that I felt that I had to wear in order to avoid conflict? I bottled up a lot inside. I wasn't living my truth. Therefore, I wasn't living my purpose. I wasn't fulfilling my dharma. I wasn't doing the thing God put me here to do. And so I played small, just like I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of humanity does, because we learn these conditions, we learn these things from an early age. Sit like a good little boy, like a good little girl, fold your hands, say please, say thank you, tell the teacher when you have a problem, instead of actually confronting it and learning how to deal with your problems, learning how to deal with the bullies of the world. Because the truth is, there are bullies in this world. And the bullies are not just gonna end at junior high school or elementary school. There are bullies, and those bullies come in the form of governments, come in the form of systems, come in the form of gatekeepers. There's a whole bunch of bullies. There's a whole bunch of bullies, and they will flex their power, their power, they will flex their force, their false power, they will flex their false human law, they will flex their forced and fake authority. Because remember, God has the authority, God is the supreme. And they will do that. How will you respond? How will you respond? What are you going to do? I'm not saying be violent. That is also not the answer. That's also not the solution. Violence is is just the same thing as fighting fire with fire. That's not how you disarm the thing. That's not how you disarm anything. But what I am saying is that if you do not alchemize the internal noise, it's always going to be loud in there. And this is what I've learned throughout my 36 years of life. By me suppressing, by me holding it in, pretending to be something I'm not, being fake, I've created this prison for myself. And this prison for myself is so incredibly limited. This prison is so incredibly limited. And it's stifling. And you feel free. It is not freeing. It is discordant. And there is no peace from that place. There is that quiet that is false. It's not truly quiet. It's not truly because you're silent. You're quiet because you feel stifled. You're quiet because you feel suppressed. And then you create that mask, you project that mask into the outer world that says, I'm shy. I'm shy. Just leave me alone. I'm shy. I'm a shy person. I don't want to be in front of the camera. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be heard. It's okay. I'm just going to stifle my dreams. I'm just going to stifle my ambitions because I'm shy, and I'm going to hide behind that mask. And that's what I have done. That's what I've done. I've put other people on the pedestal and I've said, you're the star of the show. You're the star. You're the star. And then I do all this work. And then what do they do? What do they do with it? I don't get that recognition. I don't get that acknowledgement. I don't get compensated financially for it. And I feel burned out and I feel drained. And this has been the story of my life. This has been me. The opportunities where I had the chance to be the guy, to be seen, was incredibly uncomfortable for me because of that shyness, because I wanted to project onto the world that, hey, I'm quiet. I'm quiet. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Let me be. Let me be invisible. And for a large part of my life, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be very invisible. I wanted to be very unseen, unheard, etc. And when I had that last YouTube channel and it grew as fast as it did, number one, I did not expect that. Number two, I understood what that felt like. And number three, I also knew I could not handle that. And because I could not handle that, I sabotaged it. I started doing all these things to try to innovate it or whatever the case was. And I was not ready. I was not grounded enough internally. My nervous system was not regulated. And what did I do? What did I do? I fucked it up. So now at this stage, I am unfucking myself from that pattern. I am unfucking my life. I'm unfucking these parts of me that are in conflict with one another. And there is, and I'll just be really honest, there is that part of me that wants to be seen. There is that part of me that wants to be heard. There is that part of me that wants that acknowledgement. But then there is that other part of me that says, I don't like people. I don't want to be around people. I want to be left alone. And it creates that inner conflict. So there are these two opposing energies that are keeping me, that have kept me stuck in a timeline where I'm not necessarily going there, I'm not going forward, but I'm also not necessarily going back to where I came from. And it's like being in limbo. And at this stage, the only way to correct this, the only way to solve this is to go forward, is to clear that internal darkness. It's to clear whatever trapped emotions I have not addressed already, and to become someone else. I have to break this pattern of who I was. I have to kill off that old identity. I have to learn how to take off that mask, take out that part of me, send it back to God's light for permanent and everlasting transmutation and transformation. And I have to recalibrate and rewire myself to become a new person, to create a new reality, to ultimately fulfill my destiny, the dharma, the life purpose of Gabriel Sarah, of who God created me to be. And the ideas already come. The ideas have already come. I already know what to do. I just have to be okay with it. I just have to be in alignment with it. And I cannot be afraid to say what I have to say. I cannot be afraid to speak my truth. I cannot be afraid of trolls. I cannot be afraid of haters. I cannot be afraid of people making their comments, whatever it is, good or bad. It cannot matter. I cannot attach my self-worth to any comment outside of me because it is irrelevant. The number of subscribers is irrelevant. The comments is irrelevant. The number of views on a video is absolutely irrelevant, because what's going to matter at the end of the day is, did I do what God put me here to do? And this is my focus. This has always been my focus, and this is it. And there was a time where I was playing so small, I just said, let me just get a job and let me figure out how to retire as soon as possible so that way I can travel the world and figure myself out. Then I had my own personal training business for a little while. So not even, well, registered as a business, solopreneur basically. And I said to myself, okay, if I could just figure out how to do this thing online, I could travel the world and I can train people from a computer. And how did that work out? How did that work out? And so I realized, hey, look, I have the idea. I want to figure out my life. I don't want to be this person. I want to go for more. I want to go to that ultimate level, whatever that is for me. And I don't want to be this person anymore. I have a true desire in my heart. And at this stage now, I know my desire, my focus is serving the will of God. It's fulfilling my dharma and doing that very honestly and authentically. And the only way that I'm ever going to do that is if I stop being shy. If I let go of being shy, that now means, hey, look, I'm now visible. I have to now be okay with shining. I have to now be okay with speaking my truth. I have to now be okay with saying the things that are in my head. It may not be comfortable. I may get criticized for it. I may have people say, fuck you, you don't know what you're talking about, whatever. Okay, fine. I don't give a fuck because I'm here ultimately for God. It's ultimately between me and God. And it doesn't matter. And this shyness, this shy part of me, this identity that I have created of saying things for the purpose and the sake of having people approve of that message, is just me being a fucking copycat. It's just more copying and being a fake fucking phony. And I'm not here to be a fake fucking phony. I'm here to be an original. I'm here to be a me. Just like you are here to be a you. That's it. That's it. So why would I try to fit in? Why would I try to fit in? Because fitting in meant safety. Fitting in meant you were invisible. And in that environment that I grew up in Brooklyn, that was like the safest thing to do at the time. And that's what I learned. Hey, look, fit in, wear the fucking silly ass caps, wear the silly ass baggy clothes, because then that way you look like everybody else and you don't stand out. And that is not the way for me. That's not the way for me. That's not who I want to express myself as. I want more color in my life. I want to be more colorful. I don't want to be gray. I don't want to be black and gray anymore. I want to be a peacock. I want to be the greatest expression of me that I can be. And how do I do that? I have to stop being shy. I have to stop caring about what other people think. And also, I have to be able to be grounded, because there may be people that have a problem with that and they want to be violent with me. And that's also something that I'm scared of. I'm scared of people wanting to be violent with me and to brutally assault me. That is a fear of mine. Maybe that's something that happened to me in a past life. Maybe I was brutally attacked or murdered. I don't know. Actually, I do know. That's another lie. I let go of that lie from my nervous system now. I do remember on a magic mushroom and ayahuasca journey, I was a chief and I had my legs cut off, I had my tongue cut off, and it was very graphic and it was very horrifying. And I remember that. I remember that. I was just a kid trying to stay safe. I thought being quiet was the only way to be good. I thought asking made me bad. All this guilt around wanting things, all this shame around having needs, all this pressure to be the good, quiet one. I did the best I could with what I was taught. And of course, I would be shy. If that was my conditioning, you get a sticker in elementary school at the lunch table. If you were quiet, if you folded your hands, you got the sticker. And I got a lot of stickers. I got a lot of stickers because I wanted to get a lot of stickers because it was pretty, it looked nice, And I could show Yolanda Sarah, hey, I got all these stickers for being quiet. So now you can get me this video game. And that's what I learned. If I'm quiet, I get rewarded with the video game. Boom. And what does that do now? That kills that part of me that wants to be expressive. That killed the part of me that had a lot to say, that had a lot of fuck yous to give out to people. And I have to be blunt about that. I have to be very blunt about that. And that's who I was all those years ago. That's what I wanted to say to so many people so many years ago. But I wasn't always hateful, though. I wasn't always like feeling so defensive. It's just that environment and me feeling unsafe in the world, me feeling unsafe to just be myself, felt like I was a target. Felt like I had to watch myself constantly because, gangs and stuff. And it was scary. It was very scary and it was very dangerous. And that didn't feel good. It did not feel good. And at this stage now, being bullied in a different way, being bullied by the outer world, being bullied with this whole child protective services situation. You do this surgery on my daughter when we told you not to, and you also said too, medical, doctor, chief ophthalmologist, you said you can decline the surgery. It's your right to decline the surgery. But I have a liability to tell you of the things about the surgery. But you can decline it. No. That was just your legal protection. You called Child Protective Services. You accused us of being negligent parents, which, by the way, I don't know what parent in their right fucking mind would think, oh, I'm going to allow a surgery on an extremely preterm born baby at 38 weeks old to do this fucking surgery when they already having respiratory issues and things like this, and I'm going to allow my kid to be fucking put under anesthesia where they can stop breathing, and I'm just going to allow this doctor to cut out whatever they need to cut out from my child, and there's going to be more follow-up surgeries. There's going to be so much aftercare. Do you really think that I was going to fucking do this? And on top of this, she could have lifelong aphakic glaucoma. She could have this intraocular pressure. She could have all this pain. Do I want that? Do I want my child to be in pain? No. Child, please. Child, please. Stop being crazy. Stop being fucking crazy. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? And so this is where I am. This is where I was. And being shy is not going to help anything. Being shy is not going to do anything for me. Being shy is just me being quiet, me suppressing how I feel, me saying, hey, I'm taking the shit. And I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not going to be this person that takes the shit. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to be my honest, authentic self. And it's just between me and you, God. I get it. It's just between me and you. And I understand that you want me to now be seen. You want me to now be heard. You want me to share this message of love and healing. Because that's the message that I received from ayahuasca when I went to Peru and I took ayahuasca in 2018. You told me, you said, through the mother medicine, you said, want you to share this message with the world of great healing, because we are going to enter the era of great healing, going to enter this new earth. And I accept that. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine to do that. I just have to now get in alignment with that, because I know how fast it can go. I know how incredibly fast it can go. But this time, I'm going to make sure I have the systems. This time, I'm going to make sure I don't feed into bullshit. This time, I'm going to make sure that I have cleared all of the bullshit from my inner world. I've done the inner work. I have alchemized the inner shit into gold, the coals into diamonds, the shadows into golden shadows. I'm going to make sure I do that work, because from there, from that place, now I have built a vessel that is capable holding that light without destroying myself. Because that is one thing for sure that I have a fear of, is destroying myself. I don't want to be this person where I achieve all this outer world success and then I self-destruct, I self-sabotage, I fuck it all up. That is very scary. And I have to be very grounded. I have to be very spiritually grounded to handle all of that. And I understand that now at this stage of my life. It's not just, oh, how great would it be to be famous? How great? No. From what I have seen, that comes with a lot. And that is scary. There's a lot of people that rely on you. There's a lot of people that look at you. You're now put on this fucking microscope. You're now analyzed. You're now examined. And that is very uncomfortable for me. Every little nuance. My skin, my fucking saggy skin. Yeah, you want to see my fucking dark circles under my eyes? You want to see the bags under my eyes? Yes. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Of course I'm gonna be fucking tired. No shit. No shit. Yes, you have gap teeth. Yes, because I did braces when I was younger, but we couldn't afford fucking dental insurance because I was homeless. Yes, what else do you want to use against me? You wear the same clothes every day. Yes, because I'm making sure that I save money to fucking buy us a house so I can move my family. So what does that mean? It means I'm not gonna fucking dress in full fucking Gucci and Prada when I have kids. And I gotta make sure that they have fucking food on the table and that they're taken care of and that they have a home, because I don't want them to be homeless and go through the bullshit that I went through. Yes, what else are you gonna use against me? What else are you gonna use against me? What else? What, did I say too many fucks? Yes, because I've been through a lot of traumatic shit in my life. And this is the only way that I know how to express myself. And when I feel great stress in my body, and I go through very traumatic and stressful times, I say fuck. I start to say fuck. There are periods where I stop cursing. And when I experience extreme stress, I now start to curse a lot. And this situation with Child Protective Services taking my daughter away when she was a fucking infant, there she's still not with us. The surgery's already done. She's still not with us, and there's no more justification except that this fucking stupid bitch, fucking Jugendamt caseworker is saying, oh, it's so difficult. I don't trust the parents to give her the aftercare that she needs for this thing. You stupid bitch, it has nothing. It's not your fucking business, number one. Number two, you dumb fucking bitch. The Beschluss only said it was for the fucking surgery, which you have fucking forced onto my daughter, which the fucking chief ophthalmologist and the other fucking staff said, you can decline the surgery, you can decline the surgery, you can decline the surgery. But then you do it, and then what? Ring, ring, ring. We have negligent parents that are endangering the child. Go take away their kid. And because the outer world wants to fucking put all their value on a doctor, because the doctors are the fucking healers, the doctors are the fucking magicians. They heal people. They know better than God. Because God, what is it? God doesn't exist. God doesn't exist. No, for that world, God does not exist. We don't believe in God. We believe in science. We don't believe in that. What are you talking about? Because God doesn't know what the fuck. God only created the human body. God only created the heaven and the earth. God only created all the fucking things you see, all the animals, everything. No, it's got to be the doctor. The doctor knows. The doctor knows all. Because the doctor is the fucking smartest. Just like the lawyer, just like the judge, just like the Huguenot caseworker. They fucking know everything. Are you fucking kidding me? And this still gets me angry. And I have to work through my anger. I grew up with a biological mother who had severe anger issues. Why did she have severe anger issues? Because she had probably a fucking father that sexually mistreated her, touched her, grabbed her by the pussy. Let's just call it what it is. Probably grabbed her by the pussy when she was a little girl. And what do you think that's going to do to someone? What the fuck do you think that's going to do to someone? And so that's traumatic, is it not? Your own fucking father is grabbing you by the pussy. Let's call it what it is, and let's stop fucking hiding and let's stop pretending. And so that being shy part of me, hey, to that shy part of me, I love you. And I apologize for creating you. Please forgive me. God forgive me. I forgive you. I forgive the world. I thank you for your existence. With unconditional love and acceptance, I now send you back to God's light for permanent and everlasting transmutation and transformation. To that shy part, I want to speak. I hear that inner voice saying, I want to speak. So, this inner shy part wants to speak, wants to express itself. And I'm just going to put my hand out like this because in the last few live streams, I tried to use the chair as an example, and that just went very horribly wrong. Maybe I can actually just get an image. Hey Siri, create a reminder.
What do you want to be reminded about?
Generate an image of a shadow and put the image of that shadow on the live stream on the live stream screen.
To the
All right, whatever. So just imagine there is that shadow, right? We got the shadow, boom, right here. And that shadow, what you got to say, shadow?
It's deleted.
What the fuck? Create a reminder.
What do you want to be reminded?
Okay. You're fired. You're fired. Create a reminder.
What do you want to be reminded?
Ask ChatGPT to generate an image of a shadow and put that on the live stream screen. Okay, so getting back to what I was saying. Lost my thought. Fuck. Fuckity fuck. I lost my thought. What I'm saying here is shyness, right? The shadow part, the shadow, shyness wants to say something. What do you want to say, shadow? I want to say you're right. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right. I have become this person and tried to protect you. And I tried to protect you because it was scary. Do you remember the show Cops? Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do? And you saw all these people getting arrested from an early age on that show Cops. Very embarrassing. Those people that got arrested and they were on camera. Is that even legal to do where you put that on a show? That's horrible. And then there's that show, Cops, and you saw all these people getting arrested. But what did you remember about that? The Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. And that's scary. And so that's why I was shy. I was shy because I was afraid that anything I said, anything you said will be used against you. So I was created. You have to understand that, Gabriel. Yeah, you want to say whatever you want to say, but then when you say certain things, it's like it has a consequence. So you created me. You created me to remind you, oh, can't go there, can't say that. Can't say that because I'm going to offend that person and I have to be liked. Just like you had that liking part, that part that wanted validation, the validation part. That's what you needed. That's what you needed. You needed that part at that time, or you believed you did. And now I'm coming up now to remind you, like, hey, look, if you're really sincere about doing what you're doing these live streams and going to a different level now with it, you got to be really okay being seen now. Are you okay to be seen? Or are you scared? And you've been scared. You've been scared to say your truth. You've been scared to speak about God. You've been scared that you're doing it wrong. But I'm here to tell you that you're doing it. You're doing it every single day. There's people that wish they can be on the live stream. They wish they could put themselves in front of a camera and then be consistent and then, make it. But you're already doing it. And just the fact that you're here every day just means you're doing it. And I get it. My time has come. My time has come and I'm ready to go back to God's light. Can't be quiet anymore. They took your daughter. Can't hide anymore. They cut down the trees. Can't hide anymore. It's time. It's very much time. And you know what time it is, Gabriel. You know what time it is. And you know what you have to do before it's too late. You know exactly what you have to do. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, I can't serve you anymore. I cannot serve you anymore. It's time for me to let you go. And it's time for you to let me go. Just like any relationship, it has its season. But this is a new season now for you, Gabriel. You're in a new era. You already know what that means. You already know what you're going to do next. And you already know what your destiny is. And I cannot, in all good consciousness, be in conflict with you anymore because of that. You're here to be a star. You're here to be a source of light. Now go be that. And send me back to God's light now. Thank you. And that was the shadow. That was the part, the IFS part. That's what it was telling me. And now, with that, I'm very grateful. I'm so grateful. And I know that this part The shadow part was just asking for help. The shadow part was just asking for that attention. And it just needed that. It just needed to say those things. And I get that. Now is the time. Even though I was quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy, I speak up. Even though I was shy and quiet, I speak up for what I want and what I need now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I speak up for what I want and what I need now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I speak up for what I want and what I need now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I speak up for what I want and what I need now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I speak up for what I want and what I need now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I speak up for what I want and what I need now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I speak up for what I want and what I need now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I speak up for what I want and what I need now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy and quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. Maybe being quiet was my survival strategy. Maybe there was nothing wrong with me. Maybe asking for things doesn't actually make me spoiled. Maybe it just means I have needs. Maybe it's okay to have needs now. Maybe it's safer now than it was back then. Maybe I can be quiet and still ask when I need to. Maybe my voice is loud now. Quiet can be a strength. I don't have to be quiet because I'm shy. I can be quiet just because there's nothing to say. And I don't have to pretend and fill the void with mindless, useless words. I can speak when I have something valuable to say, and I can stay quiet because there's inner stillness, and that's fine. But I don't choose to be quiet because I was shy. So I see how being quiet can be a strength. Being thoughtful and observant is actually a gift. Shyness is the fear I learned around asking. Shyness is the fear that I learned around fitting in and adapting and surviving in my environment in Brooklyn. I can keep my quiet nature if I want to, and I can gently let go of the fear of asking. Quiet does not have to mean small or invisible. I can be quietly powerful and still speak up. I am allowed to have a voice, even if I'm a quiet person. And even though I was quiet and shy because I was afraid, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was quiet because I was shy because I was afraid, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was quiet because I was shy because I was afraid, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was quiet because I was shy because I was afraid, I let that go from my nervous system now. Even though I was shy, I was quiet because I was shy, because I was afraid, I let that go from my nervous system now. And even though I was shy because I was quiet, I let that go from my nervous system now. In the name of God of my mighty I am presence that I am, my great divine spirit team and subconscious mind and the great white brotherhood of the highest vibrational consciousness and frequency in your names, with your unconditional love and support, I command, declare, and decree that I am comfortable with sharing my truth. I'm comfortable being authentic. I am comfortable saying what I need to say. I am comfortable being the vessel for God. I am comfortable and I am capable of being the instrument for God to be used and played as necessary to speak and to be worked through, free of resistance. Right now, I am expressive. I am honest. I am truthful. I say what I need to say. And I am the presence that I am that is speaking right here and right now. And so it is, and so it was. Thank you. Take 3 deep breaths in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, now let us muscle test this one more time. Show me yes. Show me no. Show me true. Show me false. My name is Gabriel. My name is Hamad. My name is Soraya. My name is Mama. My name is Gabriel. On a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the highest, the feeling and belief that I am shy has an emotional charge of 4. The feeling and the belief, I believe I'm shy, has an emotional charge of 4 or less. It has an emotional charge of 3, an emotional charge of 2, an emotional charge of 1. Now for the finale, the belief and the feeling that I am shy, part of me that was shy has an emotional charge of 0. I have cleared the part of me that was shy, and it's done now. Now let's send this part back to God's light now. In one hand, we have the part. The other hand, we have God. Any last words for you, shy part? No. Take me back. Bring the hands together and just see this shy part going into God's light now. Bringing the hands together. Being in great love. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Forgive our debtors as we forgive our debts. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive our trespassors. Forgive our trespassers as we forgive our trespasses. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Thank you, God, for this day. Thank you, God, for this live stream. Thank you, God, for healing every heart and mind across the universe with your love, with your light. Thank you so much for dissolving all forms of shyness from my mouth, from my throat, my heart, from my energy, from my field, from my consciousness, from every heart and mind across the universe, from my nervous system, from my subconscious mind. May I be forever clear. May I be the vessel that is required to speak my truth, to speak whatever it is you want to speak through me, God. I allow myself to be that vessel here and now. And so it is, and so it was. Thank you. Just a reminder, you can download that EFT GPT and you can work through your own issues. So just like how I did today on that feeling of being shy, the EFT GPT generated the script. And from there, I was able to have a guideline and tap through everything. And I encourage you to download it for yourself, work through your own issues, unfuck yourself, just like I'm doing. Oh, and I invite you to join me on the next live stream, which again is tomorrow. And hopefully I'll see you there. Until next time, remember, we love you. You are loved. God loves you. So it is, and so it was. Namaste. Have a great day.